another one. DJ Khaled.
Some people stand.
I'm really interested to know what happened with this movie. Ava DuVernay showed herself to be a skilled director with Selma. Now we have A Wrinkle in Time, a movie that almost seems designed to damage any goodwill given to her by Selma. Sure, a lot of the blame can be heaped upon the screenwriters Jennifer Lee and Jeff Stockwell. However, being a director of a bad movie is like being the quarterback whose play fails. In the end, it's on you. The movie is about Meg, Storm Reid, a daughter still coping with the loss of her father, Chris Pine, 4 years ago. She's not alone. She also has her mother, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, and adopted brother, Deric McCabe. We're all trying to move on in their own way. Meg is tormented at school because that's something kids do at school. Soon, she meets the Misses, Oprah Winfrey, Reese Witherspoon, and Mindy Kaling, a group of 3 women who tell her that her father disappeared because he found the secrets of the Tesseract. Unfortunately, Loki has stolen the Tesseract and plans to use it to unleash an alien army onto Earth. To stop him, the Avengers must unite.
Something doesn't seem right.
That's a major problem with A Wrinkle in Time. They literally throw so much at you with raw exposition that it becomes exhausting just to keep track, and soon your brain wanders to better movies it reminds you of. In A Wrinkle in Time, the Tesseract is a frequency that allows you to fold space-time. Through one of the folds, the long-lost spaceship Event Horizon has reappeared.
That doesn't seem right.
Let's focus on the positives. There is some solid acting here. Storm Reid shows herself to be a strong actress for her age, while Mbatha-Raw and Pine feel genuine as caring parents who have gone through a difficult situation. There are some interesting visuals here, some skilled camera shots, a decent theme about being yourself does manage to make its way through the movie. What's wrong is pretty much everything else. The elephant in the room is Deric McCabe as Meg's adopted brother, Charles Wallace. And yes, for some reason, everyone throughout the movie refers to him with both names every time. So much of the movie rests on his performance, making this strange character believable. But every time I saw him, I felt like I was watching a child act and not a character. Shows like Stranger Things and movies like It, and to a lesser degree, The Dark Tower, have shown us that it is possible to have child actors give good performances. Yet for some reason, the filmmakers chose to go with McCabe's performance in this movie, which simply does not work at all. Add to it, much of the narrative is simply a series of random quests for Meg to go through. They don't mean anything, and the solution to them will occur to Meg not because it's logical or because of some past experience, but simply because the script says she figures it out and the characters have to move on. Finally, we get to the Misses. They are named Mrs. Which, Mrs. What's-It, and Mrs. Who, but they are really all just Mrs. Exposition. They literally appear in the movie just to spout plot to Meg, and are forced to leave once they are done. Apparently, in order to do this properly, they have to wear 5 gallons of makeup and act like they are in a completely different movie. They tell Meg how she can use the Tesseract to test her and travel through space and time to save her father and get Marty back to the future.
Oh, that's not right. No.
This isn't the worst movie ever. Some elements work, and we'd almost certainly have something if all the elements were equally as strong. But we can only judge this movie as a whole. On a whole, A Wrinkle in Time is nothing more than a wrinkled mess.
Hey, if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. And if you really love this video, consider visiting my Patreon page.